Hi Tea Society, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet. Today we are checking out some more Tower of God Webtoon, and we ended off the last chapters with getting a reunion finally between Bam and Lady Yuri, which very wholesome. We got a hug. Hundreds of chapters for us to get to that moment, and it paid off. But I'm hoping that maybe we'll get a little bit of a break now that we've settled things temporarily with the whole white hell train thing. And I just feel like Bam, after being possessed by 2 nations worth of vengeful spirits, deserves like a little bit of a vacation. So I'm hoping that maybe he gets a moment to rest, maybe. But who knows? Maybe they'll just throw me into the deep end again. All right, the hug revisited. Aw, the well done gets me in my heart a little bit. Yes, let him take a break. Also, it might be like a little bit tricky to explain that one. Yeah, I was like, I'm remembering that like the whole Lady Yuri moment of it all was pre-everything, right? That was like the first handful of chapters. So literally no one was there for that storyline. I love how Rock's just, who that? And everyone else is, why do you know her? Oh, I guess a lot of people don't know. Really? The Lady Yuri? We had a whole chapter with her name in it. Put some respect on her, honestly. Cutie pies. Yeah, she went in for the bear hug, didn't she? I like violent turtle. Good descriptor. He's, oh yeah, that's just Princess Jihad. That's just Lady Yuri. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, I hope we're not gonna have to deal with the awkwardness of the whole Black March thing, because oopsie. Like everyone else is just, what do you mean? Oh yeah, she's also not supposed to be there. I forgot that was like a whole thing. It's not just seeing that she's around at all and that she's just giving out hugs, but the fact that she's specifically not supposed to be on the Hell Train. She's, I must be pretty famous. You better be. I love just the little bubbles at the bottom of panels. That's just like Rock crashing out a little bit. What a whole fight happening right now. Y'all, at least attempt to not be chaotic. Yeah, maybe don't pick a fight with her. Maybe. Ooh, she's a little scary too. Yeah, no, definitely a hot temper, but I do let it be known that she does, in fact, rein it in when she has to. Like the number of times I've seen her conveyed through this lens of being a bit hot-headed, only to see her then be strategic in the face of like understanding that she can't just punch her way through an issue. Like she's very good at being able to gauge that too. So I think that it's so interesting for her to have that personality and at the same time also be someone who is very like strategic and can think things through. She's just like usually the most powerful person in the room. So I'm just gonna punch it and that should work, right? Yeah, she is a bit of a rebel. Hence this whole kind of being friends with Bam thing. I like how she's, wow, I am famous. And Evan's not necessarily the most flattering light though. Any press is good press. That's the right mindset to have. There has been like a few times, hasn't it, where he has had very powerful friends and dangerous friends, ambiguous morals to some of his friends. Oh yeah, that happened too. That was a whole thing going on. Cute little smile. Sorry, got distracted. He's a weird dude. True. I love his little, like, he's posing, like, telling the story. And then, that's so cute. Same. Oh, yeah, there's a whole, yeah, that's also a bit awkward, isn't it? To be like, I'm kind of like the Slayer nominee. I'm like, with all that. It's just, it's a whole thing. It just kind of happened. Oh, he was so happy. But we do have to, like, talk about it. I understand needing some answers. Just, what, we're just bouncing? What are we doing? Just casually? Ooh, sorry, like, just having 2 guys be like, I do trust Evan. I don't know if I should, but I just do. Interesting to have the kind of like 2 opposing, right? Like I know that people have said like red, obviously, witch, maybe, right? But interesting to kind of have these like 2 factions. That's true. They did cross paths before. Evan is good at putting the pieces together. I don't know if I trust that non-answer though. I understand like to some extent though, if you are someone who is like a navigator or a guide or whatever, again, translations are going to be what they are, but someone whose job is to navigate through the tower, right? Like someone who is supposed to be able to see those paths, you get someone who is an irregular, right? You get someone with the kind of like immense power that Bam has, whose like existence is meant to disrupt how the tower works and to break the rules of how the tower is supposed to work. How do you navigate that for that, right? Like to a certain extent, it might just be like curiosity. I do feel like she's got some other stuff going on, but like some of it may just be, I don't know the path. I don't know the answers. And for someone who is supposed to know all of that, that would be very intriguing. Who knows? Probably not those 2 things, but we're not really sure where this is gonna end. Yeah, she's scary. Probably not destruction and revenge when it comes to what Bam is choosing for the path, right? Where he wants to end up, but not so much for everyone else. I love the blue shadows though with the red. Good contrast of colors. Sure, but you are nudging them in a certain direction. Also true, this is Bam's journey. He's gonna have to deal with it. I love that just somewhere vaguely, oh, we're gonna be done with this. Stars, I'm like, I know who we're gonna be dealing with. Yes, Emily of it all. Isn't one of them white? Maybe we don't want to just let him. Interesting to not let Rachel out with the others. Why is that? Why was Rachel like not part of the conversation? Was you like devoted to her or whatever? He's not gonna like that. I'm like calling it right now. He doesn't like that he was defeated. He doesn't like that someone had to save him. No, subordinate. Oh, he's not gonna like that. Ma'am, Rachel, I know you have a whole complex thing about not being special or whatever. I don't know if we ask the angry vengeance god person to be a subordinate. Maybe we rein it in a little bit. Because I feel like if you wanted to recruit him, making him feel like you worship him might be a better tactic for that. He's not gonna like the feeling of like owing you either. He gets his powers from killing people, like eating people. And you're gonna antagonize that? No, this is not gonna go over well. And I can't really care all that much because if Rachel gets smacked around a little bit, I feel like you knew what you were doing. You poked the bear. What, are we bringing Emily into this? Sure. But like now he knows. Even if you can't use it, work with is different than subordinate, though. Again, you could have opened with, let me help you. And instead you were like, you work for me now. And I just feel like that's not going to go over super well. She's going to love that, though. If he agrees, it's just going to feed that God complex thing that she's got going on. She's like, anyways, so now you're mine. He did not agree to anything. Like, am I missing the part where he agreed? Girl, you're scary. Oh, okay. So we're copying and pasting Bam now. We're like, we saw what he was capable of. And now you're like, following in his footsteps like you always do. Again, I know I'm salty. I refuse to give it up, but I rein it in, okay? I could share a little bit more of my thoughts for Patreon only, because technically my Patreon is 18 plus, so I could cuss her out if I wanted to, but I'm trying to restrain myself. I'm trying to be at least a little bit on the high road, a little. Yeah, I feel like this is just gonna make Lady Yuri angry. Like, she's already against Foog, right? Just because, like, she's Princess of Jihad and all of that. The fact that they did all of these different things to Bam, I feel like is gonna be personal. Also, we're bringing, like, Hansung back into stuff. Oh, he's literally back into stuff. Hello. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot. She's scary. I'm not entirely opposed to this course of action. It just seems like maybe we're deviating a little bit from the focus of what's going on. But also, like, how do you tell her no? Evan, we need Evan to weigh in here. All right, let's see how this turns out. Probably not well. Yeah, it's not the priority. We got other stuff going on right now that is not Hansung. But also the fact that Bam is, I'm going to stop you from doing what you want after we've established that she has a habit of doing whatever she wants, even when, like, Jihad is like, hey, don't do that. We've seen her break the rules. Aww. Also true. We also have people who, like, they're going to use that as an opening, right? Because right now there is, like, a tentative agreement of sorts. Like, the tower is functioning the way that it's supposed to. And if you give an opening for Foog to just start taking out people, right? Or to more blatantly retaliate, it's going to be a little bit tricky to rein that in, right? If you have one of the princesses picking a fight with Foog, they're going to be like, oh, now we have an excuse to do something. So I get it. Again, it's not really our focal point right now. Aw, I love who's like, we need to, like, stop just retaliating over and over again. See, look at her. After we established that she usually just does what she wants. She's hot-headed. She doesn't take orders super well. And then just because he asked, she's, I guess so. Oh, her cute little smile, like proud parent smiles. Same. Me too. That's our little cinnamon bun. Yes, look at him having reasons that aren't Rachel, thank God. And I like that someone's pointing it out for him because I need him to deviate. I need him to not be controlled by her because I have a lot of beef with Rachel specifically. We're taking the train to a place. Yet, again, the floor of death feels like a place we don't want to be. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. If there was ever a name of a place that would convince you not to go there, I feel floor of death would be that. Her killer little face here. Yeah, you can't go to the floor of death. But also, like, about the whole, like, regulars thing. That's a whole other conversation. I like it's the 43rd floor. Thank you, Kuhn. Very descriptive. Yeah, it's also, again, an accumulation of a lot of stuff, right? Like, we're dealing with a story that is very much the reason that people are scared of Bam's existence, right? Like, the fact that Bam exists and that people who've been in the tower for a while and who understand the history, that's why they're, like, easy about his existence, right? Because they know what that could mean for, like, administrators and a lot of, like, powerful people in the tower and how he could disrupt a lot of stuff, right? So it's gonna be a coming together of a lot of different plot points at this moment, which makes me, like, excited to see, like, how the story is gonna progress, but it also makes me nervous because a lot of powerful people have a lot of vested interest in stopping Bam from becoming what he's going to become. Of course, a lot of other people have a vested interest in seeing it. So I don't know. Oh, good. It's inhospitable too. Lawless area. Great. Love that for us. Because that worked out so well for us when we got on the hell train, right? We're taking the hell train to the floor of death. And I just feel like that maybe we should reconsider our decisions. I feel like a training montage might be in order before we get there. Oh yeah, no, there's not an administrator for us to negotiate a contract with. That's a whole thing. Can we go back to the guy who was teaching us about fancy Shinsu powers and stuff? That might be helpful. Yeah, even like Kun is, I think we have to go. Do you have to meet Rachel? Do you? I understand we still need some closure, but can't we just move on? I understand it's complicated and history and all of that, but does that have to be like one of the main points? Yeah, I basically started being like, so I'm gonna come with you then. I like for all of that, she's just like, fine, I'm coming. Of course she is. She's finally found you. She's not gonna let you wander off again. Where's our voice of reason, Evan? He left her alone for too long. She's starting to make promises, plans, training montage, let's go. That just makes him like joyous. He's just like, yeah, we get to take her along and I get to prove myself. Sweetie pie, what are we thinking about? Sorry, clicked in my brain. Because we had a bunch of stuff with him related to Jihad. And I'm like, are we hiding? Are we hiding because Lady Yuri might know something if she saw him? Or the ring? He's not that secretive about it. He has a whole ring that just has a symbol of Jihad on it. And it's bright red. But still, are we hiding? Ooh, I guess like we have a bandaged hand, don't we? So maybe you can't see it. The little notations, just so you know. No, you're fine, darling. You, given everything that happened, you did a great job, all things considered. We're dealing with God level abilities. I get like the cut there though too of being like, hey, anyone who isn't strong enough gets left behind. And then we smash cut to Wang Nut of all people. It's, yeah, he's gonna be feeling a certain way after everything that happened. But you did a great job. You found one of the pieces of white and figured out how to negotiate that, and you tried and you lived. So like all things considered, it is a bit of a pattern, isn't it? We did this before the workshop battles, was it? Darling, you did a great job, all things considered. Like I'm saying, I would have been worse. Aww. Specifically thinking, I'm also upset about Teddy Bear, but that's not your fault. Casino is just, if we're gonna talk about people I have beef with. Yeah, we have another chance. They're still on the train. We haven't gotten anywhere yet. Oh, probably. Things don't slow down very much. Right, we have the Omen. He's gonna have to prove himself at some point. I hope he gets his moment. Like his moment in which he does something like really well and clever. And I hope that he like has a moment where he reassures himself. Yeah, it's like double-edged sword of I will get another chance to help, but also does that mean putting someone in danger at the same time? Like one of your friends. Break time, what are we working a shift? You still around? Roll call of all the people we have. I guess there's like cycles. There's too many mechanics, they keep track of everything. Oh, great, awesome. We still have to do all the tests. I guess, yeah, we're also missing person in charge now, aren't we? It's just like between like them going somewhere there isn't an administrator, and then now we're also on the train, and I'm like, y'all need to go somewhere where things work the way that they're supposed to. I know that's not gonna happen because plot, but it would be nice. Aw, we're gonna lose some people. But my gentle giant. Daniel I still have mixed feelings about, but my gentle giant. I've already lost one. I kind of get Daniel leaving though, because like his story is done. Like he has some closure, or at least some, I don't know, finished that arc, right, of the previous time on the train and everything with Rowan and all of that. So I can understand him not being around quite as much. And Akka's got a whole thing where it's just, I can't keep having like people be in danger. They do seem to want to drag him into stuff. I agree. And I don't like agreeing with Daniel because he's still not a good person. For as much as like they pulled on like my empathy, I still understand that he's still a lot of bad stuff. He most definitely is, especially after everything that happened. What a cutie pie. I like seeing him smile. I guess like they could just do whatever they want now, right? Because who's in charge? I like the excitement, and then Evan's just put out. He's, I leave you alone for a few seconds, and you go making deals to go onto the floor of death. Oh yeah, we got some other princesses involved, don't we? Some deals, some things going on. Oh good, a good omen, thank you. Gonna be like, this is the start of something. Hello? Yeah, I was gonna say, he looks like you. Like I couldn't, that makes me want to fight him more. Friendship. Also the bickering of Sachi. I know. They really are just thrown together, aren't they? They've all just ended up around each other, as opposed to actually building friendships in a way that you would expect, right? Like they've just had to make it work and then built up friendships as a result. It is a good moment for her to like assess who it is, right? Like for all of her strategic thinking, right? Being able to actually see what the team has is a good way of before going forward, right? If she's gonna be helping training them or judging them on who gets to continue right off the train and then strategizing afterwards. Aw, yes, team sweet and sour, let's go. Nice. I love all the kind of roll call, like assemble moment. Yeah, we got a lot going on. Yep, the elite team, let's go. Just boy, fair enough. But I'm scary too, but like in a way where I'm like, but he's our scary cinnamon bun. True, they all work together pretty well. They're like the original three, right? Oh good, we're just gonna throw him at somebody super powerful. There's always a downside. Cool, introducing a new antagonist perhaps. Hunt? That seems questionable. Hello again, Tan-kun. Dan, look, I just love getting a roll call of people that we haven't seen for a while. Okay, so name, Hunt, I'm assuming it's like maybe a battle royale of some kind. Sorry, speaking of roll calls of characters, let's go. I love getting to see best girl, but also hello sweetie pie. So excited. Always napping. I am too excited. Oh my gosh, reunion. So am I worried about the next station? Yes, of course I am, because if Evan is like, it's dangerous and there's probably someone who can challenge the power level that Bam is at right now, who's there, obviously nervous. Am I excited for the opportunity to get some of the team together? Yes, I am. Okay, anytime that we get a moment with Dan, yes please, because justice for Dan, and I just want another opportunity to see him also want to continue to live on and do great things to spite Rachel. Like I feel that in my soul. But also any moment I get to see in Dorsey, I'm like, hey, so excited. Shibisu, oh my gosh, I need more of Shibisu and Kun teaming up together. Add in Lady Yuri, the strategizing, the plans. I'm gesturing too much. My camera can't focus properly. I'm excited. Okay. I don't know how long it's going to take us to like properly get there and to get into that story. I understand that it's going to be dangerous. It's probably going to stress me out, but I need this. I need a reunion. Okay. We're going to have what? 3 princesses of Jihad, multiple family members from like great families, like multiple Kuns, right? Yuna as well. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting if we get like the full powerhouse together of what this team could be. So pretty excited going into that. And if it involves any kind of hunting, I know that Rock will be happy. So I'm pretty excited to go into this next kind of new chapter, new story arc that is coming forward. Apprehensive of the whole Floor of Death thing. That seems like it's not going to be a good time. But other than that, the opportunity to have a bunch of the characters together in the same place again. Yes, please. Yes, please. See what they've been up to. See what they've been working on with the other teams. Absolutely. We've been out of contact for a while because Hell Train. Excited to see what might be part of all of that. And I hope you enjoyed reading that along with me. You can click this place to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so next time I post a Tower of God reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.